And hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this omena. They are also called daga. So I understand in Kenya there are some people who prefer taking this omena and others don't even know how to cook them. So they are my favorite, I can say that. So just follow through the steps and you learn how to cook delicious omena. So for the very first step, we are going to have to wash them clean, and then we will put them to boil for some few minutes. So guys, you can see I've already kept this to start boiling. You just put some water and then you allow it to boil for a few minutes. Then you add some salt. Ensure you add some salt so that it boils with salt. So you can see after like 5 minutes this is already boiling. So I'll just give it a quick stir and just allow it to continue boiling just a little bit so that it softens up. So as I wait for the omena to boil a little bit, I'm going to simply cut the ingredients. I'm going to use the onions, one onion, 2 tomatoes, and one small sized capsicum or hoho. So kama wewe you don't like omena, you can you can try this recipe and then you can give me a feedback later. So I will quickly cut in the ingredients as I just wait for this to boil in a bit. And also just ensure you don't boil them a lot so that zinakaa like ume overboil. Just boil kidogo too. Like for me this is just okay. I'll just finish cutting these ingredients quickly. So let me know if you have ever tried doing this recipe, or kama unapenda omena, just let me know. You know, some people have various myths about it. Some say it's bitter, but if you try this recipe, I guarantee you you're not going to regret it. You're going to really enjoy your omena from today onwards. If you get to try this recipe, comment in the comment section below. Let me know your experience with your first attempt to follow a recipe online and your outcome. So I'll just quickly switch off that because I feel it's getting too overcooked. And I finish up cutting the tomatoes now. Meanwhile, I'll ask you kindly subscribe to my channel. Let me help me hit the 1,000 subscribers this year. That's one of my goals. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers. Just support me in this channel. Support me to get the 1,000 subscribers. Share widely these videos of mine, and also just comment. Let me know if you like the content in here, and also if you want to support my channel, you can always reach me by commenting in the comment section below. Any help, even with a good camera, just if you want to support this channel, just reach out to me. I'm so willing to accept help. Because this year I really want to hit the 1,000 subscribers, and you know I always go for what I want. So you can also tell me some of your dreams. So you know in this channel I share so much. So that's it. I finished cutting the ingredients. Now the next stage, I will have to dry the omenas on now a pan. So now in this case I'm just trying to get them out of the sufuria and just put them in a pan to dry them. I'm going to have to dry them. I think I overcooked them a bit, but I'll just fine. Ensure you don't overcook your omena while you're trying out this recipe. So I'm just going to have all this go in. I have now put all the omenas to the pan. You can see I'm remaining with this water that I used to boil them. So this water, don't keep it that you want to use it for stew. Just throw it away because it has some things like sand. Oh, I don't know what these are, but just don't use that water. Keep the water aside, and let's now start drying the omenas. Let me know what you call this omena in your language. Not language really. I mean in your dialect. So you start off at a lower flame. Don't start off at a higher flame. Just a small flame to ensure you're drying them well. So this stage now normally takes quite some time because you want them to take not to burn, but just to dry off the water, so that you can add oil when it's kind of all dried. So as I said, I normally just like talking to my viewers as I do the cooking, because I figure out my life, I'm just kind of gifted to like speak to people, and I feel that's my talent. I feel that's my gifting, like talking to people, like just basically being like a life coach, kind of a life coach. Like I really like asking people what their goals are, what they're set out to do. People having weight loss goals, people having personal goals, financial goals, and all those kind of goals you have. What are you doing about your goals? Even as you cook, you know, you have to not just cook, but you have to think about your life, right? So let's dry these omenas fast. So just remember, at this stage we're just drying the omenas without oil. We're just trying to dry off the moisture. Remember, we had boiled them, or rather boiled them for a while. Now that you see they're starting to stick like to your pan, then you know they're dry. You now need to add some oil. I'm going to add in quite some oil just to ensure they're frying well. And the way mafuta sahi, if you're in Kenya, you know that bei ya mafuta imepanda. The mafuta is really expensive here in Kenya. So for this, when preparing your omena, just put generously, because you want your omena to like fry out well, come out perfect. You know, when you're a queen, you have to do things perfectly. You don't just gamble with your cooking. So I'm using this oil to fry my omena. Just add a sufficient amount. I'm going to add a little bit more because I want them now to dry, like to become crunchy. I want them now to become crunchy. So I'll add a little bit more of the oil. I know oil is expensive right now in Kenya. Like this 5-liter oil is going for 1,500. I remember last year we were being this oil was going for around 900 and something. But now it's up with like 500 shillings. I don't know what Kenyans are doing. What are you doing to ensure you're not using a lot of oil in your cooking, just to curb these highly increasing food prices? At times Kenya is really a funny place. Every now and then food prices are hiking, and you're wondering why. And when is this going to stop? Who is going to like who's going to listen to Kenyans? Now if 5 liters oil is at 1,500, 1,600, and people like us who have families, That 500 is for maziwa, it's for milk, and yet you find that the oil is taking all the money. So you want us to stop cooking with oil, or what is your plan, Kenyans? Huh? Those are hiking prices. What is your plan? You should really think about other Kenyans instead of just doing things. So we are going to leave this omena to like become crunchy. This will take quite some time. Remember to fry your omena at a low heat, and just be patient with it because good things always take time. I will leave it to dry off and become crunchy. So after a bit of some time being patient, you can see this has already turned golden brown, and imekauka tu vizuri. It's dried well, it's crunchy, and now when you see that now the omena is crunchy, you just add in your onions. At this stage, you just add in your onions. I don't want to use all of the onions, just enough, and then just mix that in. So just mix this in. So just allow this onion to cook with the oil. Don't add any other oil. The oil that was frying the omenas is sufficient to finish the rest of the stages remaining. So just ensure if you like so many onions, you can always add more. Now this is going to take just a little bit of time for the onions to cook and just turn brown also. Now I'm going to add in some capsicum ama pilipili hoho. Ongeza, add just enough to your liking. Also stir it in. So that's how it looks like. I'm going to add some garlic. I don't have the raw garlic, so I'm going to just add in this powdered garlic. And just add a little bit. And some I'll add a little bit of beef masala. This is really not necessary. You can always skip this stage, but because of the taste I get from it, I always want to add it in. I feel this. So at this stage, I feel now it's ready. It's time to add the tomatoes. You want to add in tomatoes. I'm gonna have to mix this slowly. If you don't want tomatoes and all that, you can always skip this step and just have your omena right away. But the tomatoes are they make it more better because I have a small child, and if they have to eat, they can't just eat the dried omena. I have to add in a little bit of stew, like you could come a wet fry, like something like a wet fry. So I'm going to add salt again, but very little salt at this stage. Remember we boiled the omena with the salt, so the salt I'm just putting in is just to simmer the ingredients with it. That's just perfect. This is just cooking nicely. I feel I should just transfer this to a bigger pan, but I'm almost done, so there's really no need, but you can always use a bigger pan if you feel whatever you have is not sufficient. So I'll close this and allow it to like simmer for quite like 5 minutes or so. So after some time, you can see now the tomatoes as softened up. It's blended nicely into the omena, and all the other, you can see the capsicum is still green, just the way I like it. And you are on your way to a perfect meal. So just set your ugali or whatever you want to have the omena with, but I always believe it's a perfect dish with ugali. And you can see this is really cooked nicely, and it's really smelling nice. So I can't wait to finish cooking the ugali and just set up this table to have this meal. So you can actually now serve your omena, but when you're coming from Western, you know, there are things we always do, like we add some small milk. This step is completely optional. You don't have to add milk, but I always find it like a very good step. For me, it always makes a difference in my dishes. You just add a little bit of milk. Okay, and I also do this because I have kids, so this stage it's like I want to put soup, but I don't want to put soup. You get, it's unataka kuweka supu na hautaki kuweka supu at the same time. So this is my perfectly cooked omena. Look how yummy it looks, I know you want to you want to have this, but just try out this recipe. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you love this this omena, and if you try out, let me see how yours turns out. Until next time, bye bye. Comment on my comment section below, and always subscribe and share widely with your friends. Bye. Have just set this out. You can see how the omena is looking like very nice, and obviously I like lemon with my dishes and some avocado. This is just like a trademark,